Hey everybody, looks like we're live. Good stuff. Got my tasting notes here, so that I can have some level of support throughout. Let's see how many people are here. So far, so good. Hopefully, everybody's able to see me. It's a Pappy Van Winkle 10-year-old raffle, but you know what? I had an extra bottle of Pappy that I had to open for reasons that I won't reveal. So I have this here for tasting today, which is probably the most expensive bottle I've ever tasted. Let's wait on some people to join. Facebook. Okay, there's a few people watching. So welcome. I have a list of names, and we'll go through the raffle soon. But if you're here, please send a message, say hello, good evening, whatever comes to mind. We have some people from Instagram, some people from Facebook, which is pretty cool. Perfect. So let's start off the night by pouring something new, something that we haven't poured before. I also have the Cascanes, if you guys haven't noticed yet. It's a really good tequila. Pawan is a big fan of tequila, so that's why he always has me try new tequilas that I've never tried before. I personally am not a big fan of tequilas. I like bourbon, so I stick to my bourbons. That's what I know best, and that's what I like best. So I try not to stray away from my bourbons, because every time I've tried, tequila, I've tried drinking a lot of gin, but I like to sip neat, so hasn't really worked out for me as much. But yeah, somebody's watching from YouTube as well, which is pretty cool. Hey everybody, just gonna put it in the chat. So first things first, I want to pour some of I also have a rum, by the way. I have a Dos Madeiras rum. This week I tasted it, and it tastes just like a bourbon, so it goes down very smooth. Cheers, man. LIP service crew. Cheers, man. Cheers. Thanks for watching. But let's pour something new, something that we haven't poured before. That would probably be the Kings County. We just got in this week. This is our custom blend from Kings County Distillery in Brooklyn, New York. I'm from Long Island, so as you guys know, I carry a lot of pride in drinking Long Island spirits. Rough Rider, which I don't have here right now. Actually, I do in the back. This is Rough Rider, so it's a closed bottle, but I've tasted it like a million times and I like it. I also have the Bootlegger here, which is also a New York brand. So I like to rep my New York brands. And hey, Davius, that's Shannon's profile picture. So I know that's Shannon. A lot of people are watching from YouTube, looks like. But yeah, this is the Kings County Distillery. It's 80% New York corn, so New York corn, and then 20% UK malt. So some malt notes. The last time I tried. It's very woody. It almost smells like the Rough Rider Happy Warrior, which is the single cask of bourbon from Long Island Spirits. So almost smells like that. But I know it tastes different, which is why I've tasted it, so that's why I know. So malty. It evolves starting with like a sweet sort of umami note, turns into a bitter note, and then finishes in in a malty beer style note, which I'm not a big fan of, but a lot of people I know like. Just how I don't like beer, but a lot of my friends who are into bourbon, they like beer. So I think if you like beer, you like Scotch whiskey, single malt Scotch, this is a really good bourbon for single malt Scotch lovers. Let me see what else I can find in the finish. I'm getting very little rum finish, like a rum finished bourbon, muddy, murky, um, tropical note. The one that you get from say a bourbon finished in a rum cask, you feel like the muddy note. So I'm getting that. As my flavors evolve, it's a pretty good, yeah, that's where it ends, that's where the finish ends. But as it evolves, it keeps changing its flavor profile, which I like a lot. But that's a solid bourbon, not one of my favorites, but it's a solid bourbon. So that's that. Pour it out. This is going to be our blend in the end. Actually, I'm going to pour it out into a brandy glass. So after we're done tasting all the bourbons here, and maybe some tequila, I don't know if I should add some tequilas into this, but all the bourbons I pour into this, and in the end we taste it together. So I'll go through the notes of the blend, sort of. Next up, I'm going to leave this for the last. So would you guys rather me pick the Pappy Van Winkle winner now or later, after I go through some tastings? You know, we're sipping on some bourbon and just getting to know the different types of notes we are getting. Would you guys rather me pour it now or later? Until you guys answer, I'm just going to open up a 2XO. So this is the 2XO sneakerhead. So the guy from Kentucky, his name is Dixon Dedman. That's the guy that started the 2XO whiskey. He Yeah, I'll do it later so that I can misread the winner. And somehow the winner was somebody else, but I read Shannon because I was thinking about Shannon. How do we enter? So you just get a bourbon mystery box. If you go to whiskeylibrary.com, you get a bourbon mystery box. It's basically a subscription where you get 2 to 4 craft bourbons. So, you know, this one's an allocated bottle. You don't want to stand in lines for this one. This one's also an allocated bottle. I've tried a lot of allocated bottles. What I figured is that these guys they've been in the industry for longer, obviously, but just because they're more expensive, does that mean that they taste better? So I put it to a test. I tasted some of these craft bourbons that are distilled at distilleries that are similar to these, not too far. You know, this is actually distilled in Louisville, Kentucky, which is 100 miles from the Frankfurt distillery of Pappy. And sometimes craft distilleries do taste just as good, if not better, than these allocated bottles. And back in the day, it used to be like, you know, allocated bottles are a good bang for buck because you're getting it at MSRP and it's like a limited thing. So if you get your hands on it, you're a winner because you don't have to pay the top dollar for a good tasting whiskey. These days, retailers, me included, you know, Whiskey Library included, we're all guilty of that because the whole game, the way it works, you have to buy 100,000 cases a year of those Fireball shots to get a Pappy Van Winkle in your allocation from your distributor. That's just how the industry works. Retailers are forced to, I mean, we're not forced to, but retailers choose to mark these up to what, $2,500, $3,000, and then is it really worth paying $3,000 for this bottle when you can have a similar taste profile, sometimes better taste profile, depending on what you like to sip on, for craft bourbon? These guys don't spend hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing and putting things on the shelves because as retailers, people will come in the door, sales reps will come in the door, trying to push these brands and trying to make sure that we're putting those in the shelves. And that takes money. These small guys don't have the money, but that doesn't mean that their bourbon doesn't taste as good. So, you know, it's a subscription. You get 2 to 4 craft bourbons every month, and yeah, you just sip on some good craft bourbon with us. But every month we do this thing where every person that got the Pappy got the bourbon mystery box, we enter them into a raffle, and you get one of these bottles for $1. Yeah, legally we have to charge you $1, but yeah. Oh wow, today I'm getting a lot of cherry on this. So this has been open at the store for a while, and I usually get heavy caramel on the nose, but today somehow it's been evolving into a cherry note. I'm getting a slight cherry note. Oh wow. Yeah. It's a little bitter, a little oaky. For some people, they might be too oaky, too bitter for some people. Grab that Blue Note honey barrel. Yeah, when you put rye whiskey into a honey barrel, like a mead cask, oh my god, it becomes so real good. So this is a 2XO sneakerhead, oaky, slightly bitter. I'm getting some cinnamon in the back, but overall the finish is still going, and it finished. The finish has finished, but I'm getting some savory notes, a little bit of char, a little bit of butter at the start, but not too much on the end. But yeah, that's a solid complex bourbon, because a lot of the bourbons, a lot of the, no offense, 100% corn bourbon, corn whiskey, they taste very flat to me. They don't have as much complexity. So this has a lot of complexity. I don't think they disclose who distilled this, because this is a non-distilling producer. But Shandon, Rough Rider is amazing, man. Rough Rider 8-year-old is gem. But yeah, I like the 2XO a lot. Which one do you think I should open next, guys? The blend, the blended glass. Which one do you guys think I should open next? Let me check. Nulu? This is my barrel pick from Nulu. So this is some maple brulee. This is a Fields low proof 9-year wheated bourbon. So this is 127 proof. It does not feel like 127.8. And this is a toasted wheated. Mike, how are you, man? Good to see you, man. So these are the 3 Nulus that I have in the back. I also have some Dos Maderas rum, some Cascanes tequila, because I wanted to mix it up a little bit. So I have some other stuff, and some G4 Reposado. This is a good tequila too. Solid tequila. So I'll keep it right here. Let me know which one I should open next. Perfect. So the 9-year wheated is actually not my favorite. My favorite is the maple brulee finish. So the maple brulee is right here. No, this one's the maple brulee. I'll show you guys the exact classification of this. It's a low proof one, well, low proof for me, but 112.7 7-year bourbon. I believe this was distilled by OZ Tyler Distillery. OZ Tyler Distillery is basically a distillery that was closed down and sold to Green River, which we know now. So it's named Green River Distilling. Green River whiskey comes from OZ Tyler Distillery. So this was just, I don't know. I'm just guessing, but there's some legalities involved with that, but that's what my guess is. Because I was at the distillery, the Nulu warehouse where they store all the barrels, and I saw certain things. So I think this one is from OZ Tyler. He has all sorts of different distilleries in his warehouse. So first off, very, 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 very smooth and very caramelly because it's maple brulee, maple syrup. So it's maple finished bourbon, Canadian maple. Has a salinity to it in the start. The top of your taste bud, the tongue, tip of your tongue, you get this salinity, and at the back you get a sweet note. So it's like a cake, like a cheesecake. Oh my god. And the way it evolves, it's like it turns more woody because you get like the furniture note. That's what I call it, the oaky furniture note. But then it just bounces into like a sweet finish. So it starts here, not too sweet, not too dry, slightly dry actually. And then it goes into like the furniture note, like the bitter, woody note. And then it just bumps to a very sweet finish. So that's how I would describe this barrel. That's why it's my favorite, because it just evolves so much. And I'm a sweet kind of guy. I like sweet whiskeys, but I don't like ridiculously sweet. So this is a good balance, because the salinity at the start balances it. No spice though. If you like rye whiskey, not for you. What's next, guys? What's next? Actually, I'll open some toasted wheated. So this is an orange finish toasted wheated barrel. This is also one of my barrel picks. I don't think I've tasted it ever since I came back from Kentucky. I don't want to have too much because I don't want to make mistakes in the raffle. It's a very serious thing. So the maple brulee sounds good. We have a Widow Jane Decadence finished. Maple brulee proof is another. Yeah, it's 112.6. It's 112.6 proof. Yep, it's a 7-year bourbon. So the barrel picks will be ready mid-November, I think. I know it's a long timeline, but that's how these picks work. The bottling and everything takes time, so that's when it'll be ready. Yeah, it's a nice proof. It's not too high, too low. I used to be the biggest fan of the 100 proof bottled and bond proof level, but then I switched into like a higher proof kind of thing. Yeah, Widow Jane makes good stuff, but a lot of I feel like ever since they got bought out, what they're putting out has kind of diluted, in my opinion. It's still a solid bourbon, but I feel like they used to pay more attention to the taste instead of just trying to mass market everything. Oh wow, much better than I was thinking about. This is like a Manhattan. If you pour some ice cubes into this is a Manhattan, because it has those orange peel notes in the back. There's slight bitterness from the Angostura bitters. Hey Scott, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good evening. But yeah, there's that bitter note, and then it just switches into the orange peel. It's literally like a Manhattan or an old fashioned. Oh yeah, that's like a concentrate of a a concentrate of a Manhattan. But yeah, that's 111 proof, so not bad either. Now I think I have one more, which is high proof. This is a 9-year wheated bourbon, 127 proof, 127, almost 128 proof. So this is 127.8 proof. Yeah, now there. I wrote this note here saying feels low proof because it does feel low proof because when I tasted it, Chase from Nulu, he was basically like, "What proof do you think this is?" And this is going to be bottled under not the Nulu label; it's going to be bottled under New Louisville. That's their label. But he asked me, "What proof do you think this is?" And I said, "Hmm, probably 110, 115, because everything else that I was trying was similar proof." But then he told me it's 127.8 proof, and I didn't believe it. And then he showed me the meter. That's crazy, because yeah, this is a bomb. Pun intended, a literal bomb. Can't really smell much. Oh, you know what trick I learned the other day? When you shake the glass like this, it brings a lot of ethanol to the top, so you can't smell it. So you need to blow into it after you shake the glass. So shake the glass, blow into it. Actually, I blew it a little too strong, so just blow it back. But you blow into it, and then you smell it with your mouth open. I'm getting some sponge cake, slight chocolate, and I'm getting some mint as well, some leafy mint. No kidding, this tastes lower proof than the Manhattan mix. That's what I call it, the Manhattan mix. This tastes lower proof than the old fashioned. Um, but yeah, it's surprising how good this is. It's still finishing in my mouth, even though my mouth is a little burned by the ethanol, because it's a lot. But yeah, it's still finishing. Ooh, yeah. There's a lot of salinity to it. Some fresh fruit, some raspberries. This is good bourbon. Let's blend it in. What else should I try next? Look, here's the thing. I really want to try this because I have, but I did it when I was being recorded. Oh, I am being recorded now, but I did it when we were being recorded for an ad. So that's why we opened this bottle. But I really want to try this again. So let me know what I should try next. I've got the old Fitzgerald. I know it's not allocation season yet, but I had it in the back. I tasted it and I thought it was kind of overrated last time. So, but back then I didn't know as much about bourbon as I do now. So let me know what you guys think I should try next. I've got the whole lineup here. I just tried the Nulu. I just tried the Kings County. I tried the 2XO already, so take that off the table. But a lot of people watching makes me happy. Cheers, Greg. I was waiting for you, man. I was waiting for Greg. I was like, where's Greg? I have Shannon. I have Mike. I don't have Greg, though. So, I was a little disheartened. Dos Madeiras rum, Pappy Van Winkle 20 years old. Whew. The G4 Repo, the Old Fitz, the Cascanes. These are all the bottles I have in front of you. Which one do you guys think I should try? The Cascanes is solid. I'll try the old fits and then I'll ruin my taste buds with Cascanes because the Cascanes is still solid, but I just don't like tequila, so old fits it is. Whew. You guys should ask me to try this one. Oh, this is the Cascanes Reposado. It's number seven Reposado. I've tried the Rosa Reposado, or whatever it's called. It's really good too. Cheers, man. Cheers, Miguel. What Cascane? Yeah. Cheers, man. Oh my God, Guyon is also here. Yo, cheers to that. All the guys are here. All the people I wish for to be buddies with for sipping some good bourbon. So I'm a guy. Arn, if you just came in, this is what I'm sipping on right now. I'm getting some cherries. It's very fruity, very, very fruity. I think I need to drink some water because that felt like it felt like juice because it felt like a non-alcoholic whiskey because I just had like these high proof stuff. So Jack Daniel's barrel proof is solid. I think you should try the Coy Hill. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm trying to get my hands on it. Haven't been able to, but Jack Daniel's Coy Hill is really good. Clean my palate. Now let's give it another shot. It's very sweet. Very, very sweet compared to all the other ones. This is Heaven Hill juice. So it starts as sweet. I always see bourbon as like either 2-layered bourbon or 3-layered bourbon because some bourbons go from one taste profile to another one and then jump to another one and a finish. But some bourbons are two notes. So they will first start with like a sweet or a fruity profile, and then they will go to beer notes, and then they will finish in the notes that they ended with. So beer notes, the malty notes. And then there's some bourbons that will basically have like a plateau, not a plateau, sorry, they will have a hill type structure. So they will start with sweet, then they will go to slightly spicy, but then they will finish in like a mild sweet flavor. So this is a 2-layered bourbon to me. It starts off being extremely sweet, and then it ends with like a leathery note. I don't know how leather tastes, but that's what comes to my mind. So I'll be honest, all these tasting notes and all of that stuff, I use a wheel for it, but I haven't looked at the wheel so far because I'm just speaking what comes to my mind because I don't know how leather tastes, but leather is what comes to my mind. It's not very sweet. It's very like ragged. So ragged. Yeah, that's what comes to my mind. So that's what I'm saying. Cheers to that. So yeah, that was good. What else should I try next? This is a good bourbon. It's a good bourbon. I still think it's a little overrated because everybody is posting it on Instagram. Well, not now, but when the allocations came out, the whole country, all the bourbon people that I know on my Instagram and Facebook, because I'm in the industry, so I have more people than most other, regular consumers. Everybody was posting it, and I didn't see why. Yeah, it's a good bourbon. So we're trying. Penelope Toasted. Penelope Toasted is good. We sold out, so that's what he's packing in the back. Um, Penelope Weeded is good. Toasted is good. We just got more of the Penelope cigar batch, cigar sessions. I have tried some from like a distributor who came in and let me try some. I haven't bought a bottle myself, but when I tried it, I felt like buying a bottle, and they didn't have any more. So I might buy one now and bring it to the next Friday night pour. But Penelope Cigar Sessions is really good. It's finished in Ambonaro cask, I think. It has a very leathery note. It's a very leathery finish, but it's also very Penelope style. So it's like an old Fitz, but I think it's like an older brother of old Fitz. So that's what it comes to my mind. Anyways, what should I try next, guys? Few people watching from Facebook, some people watching from YouTube. I don't know how nobody watching from StreamYard. Maybe it's because the link I sent was to Facebook or something. Hard to ignore the Pappy sitting there. Let's do the Pappy. A little intimidated. I think I might need to measure it out before I pour it, because I don't want to pour too much, because this is like a lot of money. So let's see. I should have cleaned my glass, no? Because there's some residue from other whiskeys. Ooh, I just poured some Pappy out. It doesn't feel great. You know what? I'll use a new glass for this. A brand new Glencairn glass, Nulu glass. So I'll use a new Glencairn cup and pour just a little bit. That's a Pappy, man, Winkle. First, you blow into it. I smell some really strong blackberries, some blackcurrant blackberries. Like the blackcurrant liqueur. I want to take my time with smelling this one, because it's a hefty one. Never tasted something this expensive. So, well, I did once 2 days back when we first opened this bottle, but ooh, there's a lot going on here. It's dark fruit, raspberries, a little bit of bitterness. I don't know what to call it. It's definitely very bold, though, very oaky. Might be because it's a 20-year-old bourbon, but still. What is the proof on this? It's a 90.4 proof. Kind of burned my palate with the higher proof stuff, but still. This is what I call a 3-layered bourbon. It starts off being very sweet, then it turns bitter, and then it goes. Actually, it's a 4-layered bourbon, which I don't think I've had a lot of. Like, I don't think I've had not any bourbon. I've had some bourbons that are really 4-layered. Like, there's 4 steps to it. This one, I think there's 3 or 4 steps to it. It starts off being bitter. It hits you with a bitter, sweet and bitter note. Then it goes to a more spicy note, and then it ends with like a very bold not leather, wheat. beer, beer malt, beer note. So yeah, that's what I'm getting because it's a lot of wheat. It starts with bitter, middle is sweet, and then it's like a beer note finish. Now, if I knew that this was Pappy, sorry, if I didn't know that this was Pappy, and it was compared to what's the most oaky thing here? Probably this one. Because if you compared it to this one, it's still not okay as this, but you know, uh, if you compared it to that one, I would say Pappy is still better, slightly, but it also costs like 20 times. So I don't know. I don't wanna spill this out and make it a blend, so I'm just going to yeah, it's like a bitter. You know how sometimes blackberries are a little bitter because they're not fully ripe. It's a sour bitter note. That's what I'm getting out of it to start. But then I get some fruity sweet notes, cherries and all of that stuff. Caramel, vanilla. It's very viscous too. I forgot to mention it's very viscous. And then it finishes in like a beer note because it's a wheated bourbon at the end of the day. So finishes very beery. Wheat whiskey. Star Hill Farm. Yeah, finishes like a Star Hill Farm. Um, let's do the raffle now. I don't know why anybody hasn't asked me. Like, hey, man, I was here for the raffle. Why are you tasting all these bourbons? I don't care. But yeah, let's do the raffle and taste some more tequilas, some rums, because I think we're done with the bourbons. We have these three now that are pending. So tequilas and rums. These two are solid tequilas. This is a solid rum that I didn't know was solid because I used to I don't like rum. I don't stick to rums, but I just wanted to explore some new things. So out of these two, I think I like this one more, way more. And this one is like the best rum I've ever had. So it's a heavy statement, but it is. Let's do the Pappy raffle now, shall we? Drum roll. So I have the list of names right here. Let me share my screen. Perfect. I have the list of names here. I'm going to go full screen and let me know when to start. Please put like spin in the chat and I'll start then. Okay? I just want to give a good drum roll to this because this is one of these Pappies, It's a Pappy Van Winkle, 10 years old, which in my opinion might taste better. I've never tried it, but might taste better than the 20. I think it was a little too bitter, but let's go, spin. Ooh. Linda Dollinger. Now let me check if she's eligible, because we've had some mess ups in the past where we pick people, they're not eligible, and then we have to pick again. So Linda Dollinger. I'm so sorry, guys. Whoever's watching and didn't win, sorry, but I'm happy for Linda. Linda Dollinger. Linda Dollinger. Yep, Linda Dollinger. And okay, perfect. Linda Dollinger had an order on September 12th, 2025 at 11:48 a.m. and she's from Minnesota. So, perfect. Linda, congratulations for winning the Pappy. Um, Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Fuentes is also here. Thank you, Mr. Fuentes, for joining. I haven't seen you in a long time, so makes my heart warm. Guy, Ern, Greg, Shannon, I know you guys are busy. Let's try some more spirits other than bourbons. So I've got some rum. I'm going to open now before I ruin my taste pouch with some tequila. But congratulations, Linda. Hats off to you. So good stuff. Perfect. Here's some rum. I don't think I'll pour it into the blend, but this is the rum, Dos Maderas rum. Double aged rum. So there's aged. So here's the thing with rum industry that I just learned. It's that the rum industry is not very regulated. So a lot of rum producers will put caramel coloring and caramel syrup and stuff like that to enhance their rum. And unlike whiskey, where the TTB is the federal government is like you have to not add anything else to be able to call it bourbon. And for whiskey, you have to age it in not new barrels, but yeah, it has to be a certain mash bill and all of that stuff. So with rum, there's no restriction. You can add whatever you want. You could flavor it, make it look nicer, make it taste nicer with artificial coloring, with artificial flavors, and you don't even have to put it on the label. Nobody will know. But this rum is good. I don't know if they've added anything in the back. Well, they don't need to, so I don't believe they would. I thought the same about tequilas until I had Fortaleza and Cascana. It's not my favorite. I like bourbon, but it at least wasn't as painful as well tequila. Yeah, man. I don't like tequilas. Tequilas are fairly regulated. They can't add additives and stuff. That's why Diageo is getting sued for whatever brands they own. I think Casamigos, Don Julio, and all of those stuff. They are getting sued for that stuff. So because they were adding additives, turns out allegedly. So I just add that word allegedly so that I don't get sued. But yeah, smells like a rum. Has a very sugarcane juice note to it. Brown sugar, sugarcane, fruit. I don't know what fruit, but I'm getting fruit. Sugar, like domino sugar. I'll stick with bourbon. Yeah, man. Every time I try something new, I like it at first, but then I'm like the second sip I get, or like the next time I tried, I'm like, oh man, I love bourbon. God bless the bourbon gods for starting bourbon. God bless E.H. Taylor and Zachary Taylor for passing the Bottled and Bond Act and making bourbon great. So that we can all enjoy it. But rum is just not it for me. But this is a good rum. Like it tastes good. Like it tasted better when I first had it. No, I don't like it now. I don't want it. I can't. I don't want to even put it into this blend cup because it's going to ruin the taste. I hate rum. I don't want this. No more. I'll stick with my bourbon. Guy, Ern, you and me both. We'll stick to our bourbons, man. I hate rum. This is not it. And this is the best rum I've had because I've tried like 7 different rums. My distributor came here and he had me try 7 different rums because he was trying to sell me on rums so that I can have it on the shelves. Some craft rums and this rum and that rum and some rums that won some gold medals and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't like any of these, but I like this one, so I'll take some of it. You know what? Nope, not for me. If you like bourbon, stay away from rum. I shouldn't say that. You should try new things, but rum is just not my thing. Next up is the Cascanes, number 7. Surprising, a lot of people are still watching after the Raffle And after I'm done with the bourbons, because I thought people are not into this stuff. I'll do you guys a favor. I won't add any of these other spirits to the bourbon blend. So this is Cascanes number 7. Thank you, Shannon. It means a lot, man. Scott, you like it all. As long as it has ethanol, give it to me, man. I'll take gasoline as well. I'll take all the vodkas, I'll take all the rums, right? This is good. It's not bad. I wouldn't call it good, but it's not bad. I don't think it deserves to be called good yet. I think it needs some oakiness to it, because this is a repo at the end of the day. I like repo. You know, I feel like for tequilas, I want the tequila to be either mineral rich or oaky like a bourbon. So oaky like a bourbon meaning añejo that is made very nicely. Or if it's a blanco or a repo, I want it to be more blanco forward. I want it to be more agave forward. Like, you should taste the agave, you should feel the minerals, all of that stuff. But if you can't even taste those, I don't think it's a good tequila. This is not a bad tequila, but I don't think it's a good tequila. And I'm just honest. This is G4. So the thing I like about this is some tequilas that I've tried I like because they remind me of bourbon. And that's just like you remember your ex, so that's why you like this girl. So it gives me that feeling, because I don't want that. I'm drinking a tequila, I want it to feel like a tequila, I want to enjoy the tequila. So G4 is a good one. It lets me enjoy the tequila instead of it reminding me of a bourbon, because of the oakiness and the ex-bourbon barrels that bring the bourbon flavor. So this is a real tequila. So one note that I do not like and I hate in tequilas is the lactic note. You see when the yogurt turns sour, you get a lactic sort of note. And this gives me that note at the start. The taste is good. It's a phenomenal tequila. It just has a very, very agave mineral rich, like those ads about mineral water. This tastes like that ad. It tastes like a mineral water ad that shows you all the mountains and all of that. That's what this reminds me of. It's very mineral-y. It's very clean. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like water collected from a waterfall, and it's sweet. It's a little herbal. It's also very clean. It doesn't have many other things than just water and some sweetener. Not sweetener, some herbs. But yeah, I like this. I don't like the smell. It's very lactic for me. It's like a sour yogurt, but I like the taste. Wow. That's some good tequila. Yeah, that's what this is. This deserves to be called a good tequila. This, I don't know. It's a little questionable, but we have the Jimmy Red. We have this. We have some good bourbon friends. I will try. You know what? Good thing I get to try this, because I don't want to ruin my palate and then leave here with a bad palate. So cheers to the last pour of the night. This is our blend of a little bit of Pappy, some Kings County, custom blend. Should we bottle this one? Just add all of these and then bottle it. It'll sell out, right? 2XO. Some Pappy, a little bit of Pappy. I don't want to overmarket it, otherwise I'll get sued like Diageo. A little bit of Nulus. This is like a play, when you go to a theatrical play, all the actors stand in front of the stage and say thank you. They're bowing down. Then some Old Fitz, some Maple Brulee. Can't forget that. And that's pretty much it. But this is that blend. Cheers to that, guys. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Cheers. Okay, in the nose, I think this guy is overpowering the nose because I'm getting a lot of malty notes from the nose, scotchy notes. It's so bitter. It's so bitter. I don't. It's a two-layered bourbon. It's a two-layered bourbon. It starts bitter and then it goes into the malty note. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not getting a lot of complexity. Sometimes you can have good bourbons and they all blend together and they don't turn out that good. Still good though. Still good because of this guy, huh? It's still expensive. This shot of whiskey in a bar, whew, out of my budget. Thank you to everybody who's watching, and I'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Thank you. Have a great night, everybody. I post good night. Cheers, Greg. Cheers, London. Landon Ratty, new person. Welcome to the community, man. Cheers, Doug. Cheers, Mr. Fuentes. I'm so happy you joined. Cheers, Greg. Cheers, Mike. I'm forgetting names. Cheers, Shannon, obviously. Cheers, Guy Earn. Thank you so much for everybody who's joined. And I think there were some new people. I don't want to forget their names. Miguel Ocha. Thank you so much. Ochoa, sorry. Thank you for joining, David. David, I've seen you before, so you're not new, but thank you so much for joining. And yeah, thank you. And Scott, obviously. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week.